going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm out here at the Ballou Park 9-hole course, working on some of my game. But before we get into that, there's a couple things we need to talk about. So basically, I realized that the last two tournaments I played in during round one, I looked at the scores near the end of my round, like hole 16, 17, or 18. And since when I do that, I am 5 over on the last two holes of the course in the last two rounds that I've played. So I'm going to start from now on not looking at the scores the entire round one and just playing the best disc golf that I can play and trying to not throw myself under the bus or make it a little bit harder for myself going into round two. Now, as far as my round two struggles go, I think it's a mental thing. I get in my head about wanting to play better, wanting to be better than the first round, and that's something I'm gonna have to work on separately than why I'm out here today. But today what I'm doing is like I said, I'm gonna play the 9-hole course, and my goal today is to get within circle one. So the 9-hole course is relatively simple. No hole is over 20 or 250 feet. Super simple course, and my goal today is to get within circle. I'm not gonna be putting or anything. Is to get within circle one on every hole, all 9 holes. And if I miss a hole, I gotta come back and play that hole. So hopefully I'm not out here super duper long, but we're gonna see. I'm bringing some discs that I need to be a little bit better with when it comes to my approach game. Discs I don't throw as often, discs that are just I should trust in these situations, but I don't. Especially in like round two situations. I was talking with the hole 13 guys, and I made the comment, it's like, well, when I get into round two and playing the same course, I feel like I have to score better on X, Y, and Z hole, and then it puts me up or down X amount of strokes, and that's just something I can't do because it just puts way too much pressure on my approach game. And I'll give you an example. Last weekend when I played at UNC, I birdied one of the par 4s in the first round, and it was a fairly simple birdie. Made like a 30-footer for a birdie, but it was simple. Getting to the second round, my tee shot was fine, right in the just a little too right of the fairway than the first round, but I still had an approach shot, and I completely botched the approach shot, thinking that I've got to get closer than I did the first round. Botched it, ended up 45, 50 feet, missed the putt, took a par. Told myself, okay, well, you got to make that stroke up somewhere else. And I think that is where the inconsistencies and the issues came from, going from round one to round two. So that being said, we're just going to work on getting into circle one today. I feel pretty confident within circle one because of my 25 footers I do every week. So yeah, it's supposed to rain pretty much all day today. It's rained a little bit already, as you can see from the water on the glass. So we'll try to dodge that the best we can. But if we can't, we'll deal with it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys. So real quick, I'm going to show you the discs that I'm bringing out here today. Just a heads up, I'm not bringing any Tomahawk discs. Since I just played back-to-back weekends from Lake Marshall and UNC, giving my shoulder much of a rest as I can. Not hurt or nothing, it just needs a break. I don't play this weekend, so that helps, but I don't want to overdo it and throw a bunch of Tomahawks today and it'd be not good. So give myself a break on that. But I've got my dime and I've got my cash. Cash, self-explanatory. Dime, less stable than this thing, flies a little straighter. I've got my companion, something that will fly a little bit farther than the cash, still has that little overstable finish. As an example, I use the companion on, say, uphill, up shots, backhand, that needs to push a little bit farther, or go a little bit straighter. than the cash does. I have got my flip and my rope. Flip, self-explanatory, Heiser flip machine, need to throw this more, I don't throw it nearly enough. Rope, also fairly self-explanatory, need to throw this thing more, don't throw it enough. Then last but not least, I've got my Astray, the Hole 13 Astray, overstable approach disc. I don't have the Samson anymore since I lost that Lake Marshall, so I'm really trying to focus in on getting this thing locked in as that overstable approach disc slot. So that's what I'm bringing. Without further ado, let's get into hole 1. Also, I forgot to mention, if we ace, that takes off that hole and then one more hole of my choosing. So just keep that in mind. I've never aced before ever, so it probably ain't gonna happen, but figured I'd put that out there. Alrighty, everybody, I appreciate you putting up with my yapping. First shot here, I'm throwing the dime downhill. The dime has really become a good disc for me to use. Straight flying putter. I can put it on and hyzer and it'll hold it, and then I can put it on hyzer and it'll flip up and ride straight. That shot was with the Astray. I was just a little bit too far out. Didn't give it enough. First forehand of the day. That's kind of expected. Really bad shot here with the Astray, or not the Astray, excuse me, the Companion. My bad. Not even close. It's going to take me a minute to get warmed up here, but once I get warmed up, it'll get a little bit better. Throwing the flip here. Really good shot, just lifted a little too high, ended up in the trees and dropped down. So, again, not even close for hole 4. Hole 5, we're throwing the Companion again, and because it's uphill, really short hole, but you really want to get something that's going to carry that uphill, and I was able to put it within 30 feet. So that's pretty good. Now, hole 6 and hole 7 are the hardest 2 holes on this course, and I just knew I was going to get stuck on one of them. This just happened to be a super good shot with the flip. Put myself exactly at circle 1, 33.0 feet with my rangefinder, so it couldn't have been much better than that. Hole 7 here, just kind of yanked the rope a little bit too much there. So not close, but so hole 8, kind of yanked the flip there again. Not even close.
Right,
I'm kind of surprised this didn't go on the road. The basket's in between the trees, nowhere near that hole. Throwing the cash here on hole 9, and I just smacked the low-hanging tree, and then didn't get it. So, all right, guys. So after the first loop, we got hole 1, got hole 5 and 6. So we need to play 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. So hopefully I can at least get a couple. I'd like to get them all right now, but hopefully I can at least get a couple. So I don't have to be out here all day. But yeah, let's do it. Alrighty, second go around on hole 2. I'm throwing the Astray again, and I actually put a little bit of pace on it. I thought I aced this. It was super close, just in front of it, I think. Ended up 22 feet. Pretty well in circle 1. Hole 3, I'm throwing the flip again. Just trying to, let it flip up and just coast like it likes to do. That disc has glide for days. At first look, I didn't think I got it, but it's 26 feet. That creek is a little bit closer to the basket than I gave it credit for, so pretty excited about that one. Next hole, I decided to make a switch and throw the dime instead. And it's really muddy down there at the bottom, so not a lot of ground play, but 28 feet, and that'll be 3 in a row. Next, we are throwing the flip on hole 7. Just didn't get close enough. Not great. I don't know how far it was, but it wasn't great. Next, we are throwing the rope, trying to get it up there. I thought I aced that one too. The rope really pushed pretty far. Got within 18 feet. Should be able to make that putt in the tournament. And then the last hole, I'm throwing the cash again, hole 9. Actually got it a little bit wide this time, and I let it, got some good ground play, and there we go. Able to get that one 24 feet.
So yeah.
All right, guys, we made it back to hole 7. This is the only hole that I have left. I was able to get everything else, so that's great. But it's starting to rain real hard, and they're mowing right in front of me. So I'm just throw my whole bag at this thing and hope I get it this round. Yeah, as soon as this mower goes past, we're gonna get it started.
All right, guys, so you should be able to see the mower right there on the right. That's pretty much what that low humming sound has been throughout the entire video. But throw in dime here first. Pretty decent shot, just didn't get enough on it, and kind of got caught up there. Throw in the cash next. Pretty good pace on it. I got a little lucky getting through the trees, and skipped right up there. I think that might be it. As I said just there. Next I'm throwing the companion, and the companion was really good too. Really close, I thought, with the companion if it didn't roll back down the hill. Next I threw the rope directly into the tree in front of me, and then I take the flip and throw it directly into the tree in front of me, and then I take the astray and throw it directly into the tree in front of me.
All right, I think the cash got it. We're gonna go check. The cash was the first one that got it. 19 feet, and then the companion is absolutely parked. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. That was fun. I enjoyed that. That was a fun little challenge, and it got me a little bit more confident with some of these discs moving forward, as far as you know, throwing them for approach shots, especially on something that's 250 and in, I guess. Normally anything higher than that, I'm probably throwing one of my 4 fairway drivers, but yeah, either way. Shout out to Hooligan in hole 13, because if you hadn't noticed, all of these discs are Hooligan in hole 13 molds. So if you want to go grab yourself any of these discs, head on over to hooligandisc.com or hole13disc.com and pick you one up. I highly recommend every one of them. They're all great flyers, as you can see. Didn't really take me too long to get all that done. Probably been out here for about an hour and a half, and everything flew pretty consistently to their flight numbers. So again, shout out to them for being great sponsors. Go check those out. A couple of really exciting things coming down the works for the channel. I'm not exactly sure when I'll be announcing what I'm talking about, but it will probably be relatively soon. Next week, you guys will get the doubles tournament me and Khalif are playing in, the USDGC doubles qualifier out at FDC. I'm probably gonna go play a practice round with him sometime next week before the tournament happens. But I want to, I don't want to have to worry about filming that. I may take a couple videos and put it in the actual video, but I don't have to worry about filming that. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching, and we'll see you next Friday.